Welcome back to Disney Infinity 3.0 as we look at Scott Lang, and otherwise known as the Ant-Man. The Ant-Man here is time to take a exciting look at who he is and his role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's get an intro of Scott. I've been watching you for a while now. You're different, and don't let anyone tell you nothing to offer. Second chance. I'll play it again. Everyone is so familiar with the classic film now, I think it's time to replay the classic Ant-Man trailer 1. Cause, hey, why not? Cause I can, that's why. That's why I can.
Imagine a soldier the size of an insect.
Okay, sorry, hold on.
The ultimate secret weapon.
Wrong trailer.
Godlike powers, everyone.
Teaser. Okay. Sorry taking longer than I thought. It's gonna be one of those.
Scott, I've been watching you for a while now. You're different. Now, don't let anyone tell you that you have nothing to offer. Second chances don't come around all that often. I suggest you take a really close look at it. This is your chance to earn that look in your daughter's eyes, to become the hero that she already thinks you are. It's not about saving our world. It's about saving theirs. Scott, I need you to be the Ant-Man.
Huh. One question. Is it too late to change the name?
It was nice to explore that blast from the past, am I right? Hi, you're drinking. Okay, so Ant-Man. Let's take a look at Scott Lang's journey throughout the MCU. Now, we kind of have to understand Ant-Man before the Marvel Cinematic Universe picks up on Ant-Man, which we start with Hank Pym. The founder of Pym Technologies was able to build a molecule that could pretty much, it could shrink the size. It could change the size of matter while it keeps the same density. So yeah, he becomes super strong.
Not cool.
And Hank Pym takes on the identity of the Ant-Man, and his wife Janet Van Dyne takes on the identity of the Wasp. And together they go fight pretty much commies. What? That's pretty much what all comic books were like in the 60s. And I can only estimate that he is a 60s. That he was based in the 60s because Agent Carter is pretty old. And it near the end, pretty much. Anywho, he works for S.H.I.E.L.D. So Hank Pym works for S.H.I.E.L.D. He became kind of a vigilante along with his wife, Janet Van Dyne. They were the Ant-Man and the Wasp. The Ant-Man I'm gonna become Giant Man in a little bit, don't we? And, oh yeah, if you want to see the original lore video, click on that character icon up there. Go see it. Okay. Glad that's how it worked. So, Scott Lang was a criminal who had this whole Robin Hood fiasco to it. But yeah, and Janet Van Dyne disappeared into the subatomic realm because she shrinked below the molecules. Now, Scott was a criminal who is a hacker. Does a really good job. Revealed a lot of bank accounts, and he had his own crew of people he worked with, like dear old Lewis, who calls him Scotty, yo, and he meets some fine people, yo, and he's like awesome. I love that move where I just shrink down. Anyway.
I saved this just for you. Oh no, don't do that.
Scott is later released from prison for, I imagine, good behavior, or his sentence is over. And so he's as free as can be. So he goes with Lewis and tries to get a job, and he goes to work for Baskin Robbins, because Baskin Robbins always finds out. Yeah, Baskin Robbins always finds out. I was there yesterday, and you're like, hello, hello, historic. And I was scared. Hey, Rye. I'm like, what? You're recapturing the Rye. Oh, yeah, you can call me that. Really creepy. Baskin Robbins is creepy, but that sparked an infinite meme. And originally he was gonna work at Chipotle, but they figured Chipotle didn't want that because they thought it was gonna give them a bad name. They thought that was gonna give them a bad name. Funny how life turned out. Anywho, so Scott escapes from prison and it's revealed that he had a daughter and an ex-wife who left him for a policeman. If that is ironic, I don't know what it is. Kind of like a comedy where, like, you know, like Friends, where
how come that happened?
The woman wasn't happy in the relationship, so she got together with the other woman who wasn't happy in her relationship. But besides Ross bashing, kind of hates Paxton, and Paxton's kind of a dick. He really is. Paxton is a jerk face. He's a dongus.
Uh-oh, it is.
He's a dongus. Anywho. So dear old Scotty says, and then, okay, so then, after his events with the birthday party, he figures that he has to get money to pay for, help pay with Cassie, because he owes alimony. But during this time, it's revealed that Darren Cross, the new founder of new leader of PIM Technologies, is trying to create yellow jacket suits that use the PIM particles to rival dear old Hank and sell them to really shady dudes. I mean, really shady dudes. And so they have a plan to steal it. And this is what he says. I know a guy.
Just ain't.
Come on, Hank! Join in the fun! Got two Ant-Mans. I like how their costumes are very different. I'm surprised this didn't become an alternate skin disc. I really am. Come on, Hank! Fight back! I'm gonna say that's Hank. This is Scott. Anywho. Why do you keep on pushing me off the edge, huh? What? So anyway, he says, I know a guy. And so he, of course, is referring to Scott. And Hope kind of, his daughter pushed him out of his life after the events which happened with Janet. So Lewis hears from another guy, who hears from another guy, who hears from another, that there was an old man with a lot of money that needed to go rob. So he goes robs it and steals the Ant-Man suit. And then he shrinks down really tiny, like. And Experience is probably the best looking thing I've seen, where he's pretty much insane and he gets sucked up by a vacuum cleaner because it's so awesome. And I was waiting for that shower scene for the comics within Black Widow. Civil War. Civil War. Wait till Civil War. But he's the smallest hero imaginable. And so he goes, and then he gets arrested again and gets a bad name. And Paxton, who's a jerk for no reason, Says, I need to go track him down for the good Cassie. Wouldn't you want him to go free because it's his father? So he's been doing this whole track down case of Scott, because Scott escapes from prison with the Ant-Man suit. And he goes trains with Hope, and she is batshit crazy, but they later fall for each other in a nicer, twisted way. Ant-Man decides to go rob a steel facility to get some of the stuff they need, and it turns out to be an Avengers facility, confirming that this takes place after the events of Age of Ultron, not pre or before. This is where he gets the Avengers connection, which will help with Civil War. Be strong, I will be there. Anywho.
I'm back. I'm not sure.
Shadows fall from... Okay, I'm sorry, Kingdom Hearts, stuck in my head. So then, he goes, takes down the Falcon, and takes the piece they need, surprising all of them. And then he has to learn about the ants, and Anthony is so adorable. Anthony is so cool, and he fights like Anthony. It's his main ant, and then he finally decides to get Lewis and all the other guys into the main ring.
Hey, nice boost.
The main thing, he tells them that they're Ant-Man, so they agree because they'd be all stealthy like. Well, it was just. Oh, I had to end. It's a world of laughter, a world of fear, and a smile means laughter to everyone. We're all that we're aware. That's small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all for Ant-Man. So they break into Cross Industries and they finally have the plan for the Yellow Jackets, but Darren Cross knows about the whole thing. He's like, do you honestly think I was going to let that happen? And then he sells him to Hydra. And then at the end, the very shady dude that we all knew was shady decides to steal it. So Scott learns about the different pin particles and about not to go subatomic, because that's big no-no. Because we disappear from space and time, which they could have lots of fun with this. They really could have. I would have loved to see where he came back to a reality where Thanos had conquered the world, so that he goes back to subatomic and he goes back in time. But yeah, he can create many black holes. Game! Film theory! I don't like film theory. Anywho, so Cross goes insane, and that's what the helmet's for, which is very nice homage to Yellow Jacket, which would be an awesome appearance. I know we already got Yellow Jacket, but I'm talking about Hank Pym Yellow Jacket.
Nobody suspects the Ant-Man.
I know I shouldn't be saying this, but Scott Lang is not my favorite Ant-Man in the comics or any media. I like Ant-Man as Scott Lang works for the MCU. He works well for his character from Paul Rudd playing as him. But I like Hank Pym. Hank Pym is a better Ant-Man. I got scared when I saw Paul Rudd. I'm like, crap! No, not Hank Pym. And it was a nice reveal. You're playing Scott Lang. Like, okay, that's just him. He's a criminal. Not that Paul Rudd is a criminal. You're a criminal, pal. So then they have this awesome battle with the Yellow Jacket, and Ant-Man goes confronts him, and they have this awesome fight, and Anthony dies! No! Anthony! Every time you squash a bug, you kill Anthony's. Anthony. I'm gonna call this guy Anthony. It's kind of a homage, I think, to his own, cybernetic system. Tony, I think that's his name. You know, the guy who talks like this. What? I think that's right.
Did you really just do that?
Anyway, off topic.
Where was I?
Anyway, I like how I switched. Anyway, off topic. So Ant-Man takes care of Yellow Jacket what he thinks, and then guess what happens? Paxton arrests him, and he was like, "No, how could you?" And guess what we decide to do now? We decide to jerk to Scott and arrest him, and then he escapes to take care of.
What did you expect when you went toe-to-toe with Ant-Man?
Take care of Yellow Jacket, which is imprisoning his daughter. And he goes into fight her on the Thomas the Train Engine, and this awesome fight, and then Scott goes subatomic to go defeat him, and he goes missing. Scott Lang is dead. But then it's revealed that he comes back, he grows and comes back. miraculously. Now I thought the film did a great job explaining Ant-Man, and I enjoyed the film better than Age of Ultron that year. Yeah, Age of Ultron was really... I didn't really enjoy Age of Ultron. I love Ultron as a character in the comics. I get who Ultron is. I didn't think the film presented him well. They presented him like Stark. It didn't feel right. He had a creepiness where he made fun of really horrendous jokes, but I didn't like it. Hank Pym needed to be the inventor of Ultron. I would have liked the film better if they got a better accurate portrayal. Ant-Man should have came out before Age of Ultron. Anyway. And then he comes back, and then they kind of have this there, and then Hank Pym discovers it's possible to bring someone back from subatomic. And then at the very end, we see a Stan Lee cameo, and Moose says, I know from a guy, comes from another guy, comes from another guy, saying there's a job opportunity for you. He's like, I need a guy who can shrink. And they reference Spider-Man. And they say, oh crap. In the Ant-Man post-credits scenes, we see the Wasp suit, and we see the Wasp suit, as Hope says, about damn time. Sorry, this is longer than most of them, but I sure as hell love Ant-Man. And keep in mind, there's just one film. Compared to other characters, which I summarized, the whole series is longer. And then we get this, and then he's appearing in Civil War, which is awesome. He's taking the side of Captain America. I can't agree more with your decision, Scott. You fit Team Cap by keeping your family life secret, by not revealing yourself to the public. You deserve that sense of secrecy. And works for the Civil War. He does. Because he works well for the Civil War storyline because he is possibly the only Avenger to really have a secret identity. I think that's why Spider-Man is also playing a key in the film, but Ant-Man's a better choice. Ant-Man's really fun to work with. And based on the scenes the stuff I've seen him in for this movie, he knows what he's doing. And Giant Man is going to make an appearance. He's finally going to shrink to the giant size. So I'm glad the Russo brothers are including this. The Russo brothers are fantastic directors, and I imagine, especially doing a collaboration with all these other characters that have already been established, they had to have a collaboration with some of the directors that work in the film, because some of the directors want to establish some of the characters a certain way, and they want to make sure they stay that way throughout the rest of the series. And I think Peyton Reed had some influence on what was going on with Ant-Man in Civil War. Ant-Man is going to appear in his own second film, so he is most likely not going to die. Thanks for ruining it for me, Marvel. I was going to say, is Ant-Man going to survive? Ant-Man. Ant-Man the Wasp comes out in July 2018. July 6th. So it's off by a few days. Oh yeah, and when Ant-Man the Wasp came out, there was the original theory that, okay, if you look up Captain Marvel on Google, I have to say this, you get a picture of that, girl from Battlestar Galactica. And you get a picture of Wasp when you look up Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is kind of nice. I should really say that image looks cool. But, Rochester Jones, Parks and Recreation, I need to look up her name. Parks and Rashida Jones. People originally thought she would be a good role for Wasp. I can't see it without Evangeline Lilly now. I'm sorry, I really can't. She just looks too awkward to be it. Evangeline Lilly actually fits in. So, Scott Lang. Scott Lang battles villains from all sides and as the astonishing Ant-Man. Ready for some tales to astonish. If it ever loads. Either Scotty Scotty, my man. Scotty, my big, gigantic man. Look at those big, perky muscles. Oh. Oh, he builds up. Cool. I love that with the ants. Forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and go see Ant-Man now on DVD, and go watch Captain America Civil War now in theaters. See you guys next time. Part we take a look at